Hey, good people. So, I'd like to tell you the reasons why I use Anchor. The first reason is Anchor's free, and who doesn't like free things, eh? The second reason is you can record with a person who's at a remote location, as in someone who's not there with you. Another reason is Anchor is like the tool you need when you're starting a podcast. They've made everything easy for you. You can record within the comfort of your bedroom, sitting room, your friend's place, inside the car, anywhere. Another thing is, I already said it, but it's a point on its own. Anchor distributes your podcasts in different platforms. Example is Spotify, Breacher, Google Podcasts, and Anchor looks for sponsors for you. You can get sponsors and then you'll get cash. They'll pay you for guys listening to your podcasts. It's everything you need to start a podcast. You can download Anchor in various app stores, the Google Play Store, the Apple Store, or you can go to Anchor FM to get started.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Sage Be Me podcast. I'll be your host for today, Sage Be Me. I know. Yesterday I wasn't able to post out the podcast. I was actually in a state of my mind. I needed to take it off. I announced it on my Twitter. If you followed, then you could have seen. But right now we get to talk about today's episode. What will we be talking about? I don't think. Okay, have you realized that we've been on a high wave, like the happiness, and we slowly started going down. Yeah, we started talking about how you will feel down, how things will make you feel down. Yeah. So on today's episode, we'll start off by talking about dogs. I love dogs. And dogs are animals. Why did I just say dogs are animals? I did this because they actually did an experiment with dogs. They like took two dogs, and there was a chatterbox. This chatterbox had it's like a block. What do I mean like a block? Like a fence, a small fence where the dogs could jump over to the other side. Dogs usually have, animals usually have two fears. Fear of noise, fear of falling. So these dogs will hear a bell and they will like run away. Like it's like when you go for safaris, you're told don't make noise. You'll scare off the animals. Don't make noise. So like these dogs they usually saw someone coming and starting to ring a bell. When they see this happen, they usually jumped to the other side of the shutter box here. So when they jumped to the other side of the shutter box, this guy kept ringing the bell, and it's quite irritating to the animal. It got to a point that the animals learned like that when they ring the bell, it doesn't matter if I'm in this side or the other side of the shutter box, the noise will still get to me. So they don't make any effort because they're already hopeless. You get? Why am I saying this? They took the dogs away for like a day or two, then brought them back to another experiment. This is another psychology mess up, man. So this time the experiment was like, if the dogs jumped to the other side, you're supposed to stop ringing the bell. Yep, he started ringing the bell. On ringing the bell, guess what? The dogs didn't make them move. They were like, last time we jumped, guess what? Yeah, this time probably will have the same impact. So the dogs really didn't make any effort. It's like they were helpless. You get what I mean? They felt helpless. They taught the animal on how to feel helpless, like they couldn't help themselves. That's a repetition. So we take this to human beings. I don't know where I read this book, but it's like it's appearing in different books. It's like each and every book that I'm reading, it's talking about the same thing, but using different words. I don't know if you feel that about things. Anyways, in this advantage of happiness, it tells about the two guys who were sent to Africa by their company. They were supposed to get to Africa, then send a report. So the first guy, he got to Africa, let's say Africa coast. He got there to coast. He's seeing the black guys. He's looking at their feet. No one is wearing shoes, like nobody, and these guys are completely comfortable walking barefooted. Mguchuma. So like, see, these guys are walking Mguchuma, and our guy, the reporter, supposed to give all the business idea back home, he's like, no, these guys don't wear shoes, there's no business opportunity here, let me go back home. So, and there's this our second guy, he was sent to Africa. He got to Africa and like, he's doing his surveys, like, I'm not seeing any shoes. Like, this guy was really excited. Like, literally, he sent the report like, whoa, these guys don't have any shoes. There's a really huge business opportunity here. And up to right now, we know who made a lot of profit here. Like, who walks barefooted? Like, who? Maybe people in like the deep rural areas, but within the cities, establishments, anywhere that has like a road, who doesn't wear shoes? That's another mental faculty, perception, how you perceive things. If you see something as an adversity, it really affects your mental. So they took us from the old age, from animals to now. Let's say, like he wrote, the 2008-2009 crash in the markets. I can't even remember. That time I was a small baby. I'm still a baby, but then I was small. So I was telling you guys 2008-2009, this guy is working at the Fortune 500. What is the Fortune 500? This is actually the hugest markets in the world at the moment. They usually say if you invest your cash in these companies and wait like a span of 10 years, you are very much assured that your capital will grow. It doesn't matter if the markets go down, then come up, your capital will grow madly. That's an investment, yeah. So people working in amongst the Fortune 500 companies, this company is the minimum amount. It's either worth 1.6 or is it 6 billion US dollars. That's the worth of the companies, yeah. So during the crash, some of the companies were to lay off some of the employees. Others were to cut the pay slips, the paychecks of some of the employees. And you can imagine how this affects the morale of people. Eh? The managers of the companies didn't know how much the drop of the stocks could go. The employees didn't know. Nobody knew. And they were falling like nobody's business. Like, okay, you guys, okay, for the people who don't trade, imagine this, 1000 Kenya shillings acting like it's 10 bob Kenya shillings, or 100 US dollars acting like it's $1. As in, that's what happened. As in, these guys were like, I can't control what my manager tells me. I can't control what happens in the markets. I have no control in my life. So these guys, there are people who usually call guys and told them, hey, invest in this market, it's going to do good, blah, blah, blah. These people didn't have faith in their market. And if you don't have faith in something, you can't even sell it because you don't believe in it. As in, you have, like, if you don't believe in something, you can't. If you personally, you're not sold in something, as in, if you want to start a business and you don't believe the business will do well, you won't be telling anyone to venture into that business, because you know it's not worth it. Deep down in your heart, you know it's not worth it, and it's not worth telling anybody about it. Yeah. So these guys they weren't making calls, they weren't, as in, they were just down, you feel me? They were like, it's okay, yeah, it's happening, so what can I do about it? Nothing. It's okay, I'll just leave it as it is. That's how these guys were, and it sucked. It was terrible. They overlearned this. And what do I mean by overlearn? This spilled off to their lives outside their work, to the sense that, sure, as much as I used to get 10,000 US dollars, that was my income. Yeah, it's slashed in like 20% is gone. This makes me not access some of the things that I used to access. Doesn't mean that my life has stopped. I can live under my means, you know, but nobody thought about this. People were like, now I can't be doing this, now I can't be doing that. As in, they were just down. There was a point in my life when what happened, I lost a couple of friendships. I felt like, yes, I've lost friendships, and they were really good friendships, great connections, bonds that I don't know how they were broken. And I was like, man, I've lost this friendship, now I can't make good bonds like this one. It was like the worst point in my life. It's and I actually it actually made me feel like my life was hopeless, because I'm so used to being around these people, now I can't be around them. I'm used to doing this with A, B, C, D, now I can't do it with them. It really made me get depressed, yeah? And this in relationships spilled off to other places in my life, my studies, relating with other people, even decision making on small stuff. It really affected. And I couldn't see the sun at midnight. That felt so cool. I couldn't see the sun at midnight. Why am I saying this? Seeing the sun at midnight, it means during your dark hour, there's something that you can do to make something shine. That's just that's layman's language, in the sense that Take the two guys who came to Africa for shoes. Look at how now it is. Take the guys who are working at the Fortune 500 and the market had crashed. Look at it right now. The market is at the all-time high. Yeah, as much as the situation is terrible, look for ways. So this weekend, I think, a friend of mine posted something on their status. It was like my life in a nutshell. Then there was this anime, this small girl. I can't remember the name of the anime. This small girl was looking for doors to get out of the house. Then the subtitles were like, "Oh look, another closed door." As in my life right now. Then I was like, "Bro, you're waiting for doors to open. Crack the window. Hit the window. Break the window. Get out of where you are, man. Get out. Get out." Anyways, it's not a must for the doors to be opened if other doors are closed. Look for windows. Jump out of the window. Not unless you're in a tall building. Don't jump out of the window. Don't jump out of the window. Or tie a rope, open the window, go down to the previous floor. If you know what I mean. Yeah. Just change your perception to whatever it is that you're facing. It's like Benjamin Zulu. This guy, he was so frustrated. Why? He was like, "The youth of nowadays, they don't study. All they do is party and drink." No. He was so frustrated. Then he was like, "Ah!" Then I couldn't help but laugh, man. This guy was so frustrated about the youth. And he was like, "These people don't study. They don't..." Okay, I'm kind of repeating myself, but you get the point, eh? So he's frustrated that people don't do the hard work, quote unquote. But on the ground, when I look at guys, how they are partying hard and everything, I look at this and like, do you have any idea how much fun these guys are having? Like, these people go ham, as in HAM in capital. As in, someone can start on Monday, next week on Monday, back on it. Like, whoa, it's very hard. They go hard. And one thing I realized, you can't be angry at someone for making their personal decisions. Then later on, when they start complaining, it's their own decisions. They chose that. The decision of not studying. But there are people who they study, but when it comes to exams, they don't come how it doesn't come how they had studied, and they get demotivated. Instead of changing their tactics, they still repeat the same things. And right now they're like, within university and college, nowadays it's like the degree is ours, but when we go to work individually. As in, that's how life goes. As in, life in college and university is just fun. Like, go listen to Pink's Fun. Okay, that's don't go to listen to Fun. It has a different message to what I'm trying to portray. Anyways, like I was trying to say, if something's not working out, don't. It's like there's the window and there's a fly. The fly has been hitting the window back to back, and this is its last energy. Yeah? If it hits the window, it dies. Yeah. So it thinks. I don't know if animals think, anyways. It thinks, if I go this time, I'll pass through that window and get out. Meanwhile, on the other side, there's a door, a huge door wide open. You can imagine how a door is huge. The fly is saying that I'll pass through this window while there's the door open. Instead of going to the door, it dies off, pushing that last try to get out through that window. You know, as much as it's good to commit yourself in doing A, B, C, D, and you've committed yourself all the way, make the right choices. Don't be the fly that dies trying to get out of the house through the window and the door is open. Make sure you see the sun at midnight. Yo, make sure you follow me on my socials at sage_b_muchachos on Twitter. That's on Instagram. Sage_b_me on Twitter. And I'll see you in the next episode. I'm thinking about bringing many girls in the podcast. I hope you guys will enjoy. And that's all for today, folks.